Well, hi, and welcome back to Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia news and reviews. That's just for my wife. It's just for my wife. This is the Stadia Source Roundtable Podcast, episode 52. My name is Avery, and we've got a great show tonight, so let's get to it. You know, if it's episode 52, does that put us then at the year mark? We've been doing this podcast for more than a year at this point. Dan and the Stadia Source crew over time. So we missed the actual anniversary, whatever it was. But happy 1 year anniversary to us, whatever that happened to be. That's fine. With me tonight, we have in some boxes. I got to rearrange here because we have rules. We've got the editor in chief, the founder and discoverer of Stadia Source, it's Mr. Dan Wheeler.
How's it going, everybody?
Rocking his new specs, looking good. Can we get some? Can we get an eyeglasses emoji in the chat for Dan's new specs?
Why are they called eyeglasses? Like, why do you need to put eye in front of them?
Because they're eyeglasses. You have eyeglasses. Like you have sunglasses, eyeglasses. What is this an issue? I asked of another panelist. It's Dom.
Good evening. Hope everyone's okay.
I have no idea what is happening. We're off the rails and we're 3 minutes into the live broadcast, folks. And we've got, and now your mama knows, it's Anthony.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man.
There it is.
Oh, boy. That's fun. The one and only. The one and only. Our special guest tonight is one link that isn't going to stay blue. It's LinkTV.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
So, there's a terrible Reddit joke there for those of you who are Reddit fans. But Link, thank you for being on the show. I've been trying to get you forever, and schedules have never worked out. So I'm glad that we have finally been able to figure that out.
It's mainly my fault just with work and everything. So I've been trying to. I work like crazy during the day, and it's very hard for me to even get days off. So when I do, I try to take advantage of it. So I was like,
podcasts. Exactly.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to take a day off, I'm going to take the last 2 days of the week. And I immediately, once I was planning it, I just told Avery, I'm like, hey, when is the next available slot? Let me know. I'm like, let's finally do it. We've been trying to do this since August last year.
Yeah, like it's been a while. So I'm glad we were able to lock you in. Well, we'll learn more about you in just a second. Before we get started, did you know you can get the Roundtable podcast as an actual podcast? Search for Stadia Source on Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get podcasts. Also, if you're watching us live, we want you to be a part of the chat. Say hi in the chat, and if you want to make sure we bring up your message during the show, use the super chat or super sticker feature on YouTube to show your support for Stadia Source. Last but not least, you can join Stadia Source as a member right here on YouTube. Hit that join button down below. Tremendous perks at every level of your budget. So before we jump in to the news of the week, why don't we give, for those who have not had a chance to meet you, Link, and see your awesome streams, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in Stadia and how you got started as a streamer.
Sure. So in regards to how I got started with streaming and gaming, I kind of, I mean, growing up, I used to play everything. It started with the original Nintendo, went to Super NES, and I learned a lot of it from my cousin, who I looked up to a lot. And he kind of introduced me to the whole thing. He was a huge Legend of Zelda fan. So that's kind of where the name incorporated. It was something that he would always use, and once he stopped gaming and stuff, I kind of carried the name over, and so I've always used Link as a tag as best I can. But yeah, growing up, big games like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII got me into RPGs. Platformers like Super Mario World was like my biggest one. I remember still playing like the old school Mutant. Jesus, gosh, I can't even talk.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, the old school ones, the back in time. Those were really fun. But I've always been a gamer since the start. I always will be a gamer. I don't think I'll ever get that out of my system. Even when I'm old and wrinkly, I'm still going to be that guy. As far as Stadia goes, getting in touch with Ash I ran into him when Mixer was still a big thing. And I ran into one of his channels and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like he was doing a lot of just laid back casual gaming. I got introduced to a couple of his friends, and ever since then we've kind of been really, really close. And then he introduced me into to Google Stadia. He's like, "Hey, check this out. I think this is really good. I'm gonna totally jump on board. Would you want to be, part of it as well?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. I don't totally a brand new ecosystem was the biggest thing that kind of pulled me in, and then kind of the rest of it flowed through with the technology and how well and versatile I wouldn't have to spend money. It worked out for me in my favor, and ever since then I've been totally for it. It's helped, especially with streaming. It's more versatile and it doesn't use a lot of resources, especially when using a PC. Although I've like upgraded over time, I've built a brand new PC, I've done all these different things, and I think Stadia, with its ease of access and low resource pool, has made it more of a jump for me to start up streaming again, because I used to do it with Xbox, but being able to do it on a PC and kind of feel like it's more of a production value has brought me a little bit more satisfaction with it. So ever since then, I've enjoyed it, and I usually do just casual streams. I try to focus more on variety, not really pulling a lot of the normal stuff, although I do like Destiny, Division 2. I'll also hit a lot of indie titles, like I've done Little Nightmares and stuff. I'm looking forward to the second one, but a lot of games that I try to cover as much as I can.
Cool beans, fantastic. Well, we're glad you took some time to be with us here tonight, and looking forward to it. Now, you say you do the indie games. Have you played everybody's favorite Stadia game, Stacks on Stacks on Stacks?
I have, actually. It was an interesting concept, I will say that. I don't think it was the best, but it definitely has a specific niche group.
Unfortunately, you can't be on the show anymore if you don't think it was the best. So we're just gonna hit that. I'm kidding.
I don't know about the best, but it's up there.
Well, fantastic. Well, we're glad to have you here. Let's get the show started, as we always do, with a little bit of discussion of what we have all been playing this week, Stadia or otherwise. And because I never do it, I'm going to start with me and go that way. So this week has been completely otherwise for me. I have not played, I don't think I've booted Stadia up once. I have been resucked entirely back into Eorzea. It is Final Fantasy 14 and nothing but for me, leveling that black mage, enjoying that. So that has been my entire week. I literally, like, my wife gets up super early because she's a morning yoga person, and she does the getting ready for the day. And so if we're going to get up anyways, I just get up with her. She goes to do her yoga. I come sit down in this chair and just play an MMO for an hour and a half, and then do work. And then on my lunch break at work, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to go on lunch, minimize things, go back in and just play for an hour. So that has been my entire week. Dan, what has been on your playlist, Stadia or otherwise?
Not a lot. It's been a bit of a crazy week for me. Some things have kicked off in my personal life, but I did manage to sit down and play a bit of Pikuniku, if that's how you pronounce it. To be fair, the only reason I started playing it was because I needed to test something for the achievement scanner thing that we've got, the Stadia Source achievement scanner. It wasn't scanning Pikuniku achievements for some reason, and at the time there was only one person who'd played the game on Stadia Source, and it was like I didn't want to keep pestering them to kind of like, hey, can you just run another scan, and you know what I mean. So I thought, screw it, I'll just buy the game, get at least the quickest achievement I can find, and then test it myself. And then before you knew it was like I'd got 4 achievements, and I was like, this is weirdly satisfying, this game. It's just one of those games that you don't really have to think too much about. It's just a bit mind-numbing. It's almost like, you know what I mean, when some people get like the Minecraft appeal, where you don't really take it seriously. You just put it in survival mode, creative mode, and you just build, and you haven't got to think too much, and you just enjoy it. You know what I mean? You're not getting stressed out. You're not trying to battle big demons and get your ass kicked and stuff like that. You just, you know what I mean? You can just settle down and go along with it, and that's what Pikuniku was for me, at least. So that's pretty much the only game I've played this week.
Very, very cool. Dom, what's been on your playlist, Stadia or otherwise?
Nothing.
And Dom has apparently played absolutely nothing.
Always one. It's you.
I jumped into Grids with the Sound of Stadia guys about an hour ago because they were streaming that. And I've realised I'm terrible at that game now after putting so many hours into F1 2020, because it just is completely different. been playing a lot of F1 still over the weekend and stuff, joining people's people's lobbies and stuff, which is good. And a lot of Red Dead still, just grinding away, getting my character leveled up. Slowly but surely getting there, but it's cool. They added some new content last week, on Tuesday this week. I don't even know what time is anymore.
I think it was Tuesday this week that
they
released it. Yeah.
It's not massive, but it's like some cool, just little missions you can do. And we're playing that. That's about it.
Very cool. Getting your race on. Link, what's been on your playlist, Stadia or otherwise?
Almost everything. Valheim has been one. A lot of people are still talking about Valheim. I think it's one of the best, at least for now, keeping me over for survival style games, kind of like Minecraft. Destiny 2 with their new season of The Chosen. So their new season's been out for 2 weeks. I've been grinding away at that. Got back into Kingdom Hearts because it's one of my favorite franchises. So I think this is like my second or third week into it, and I've already finished the first 2 parts of it. So I'm trying to do the whole saga at least on the weekends.
Now, is that Kingdom Hearts 1.17.7 or Kingdom Hearts Alpha by Dreams by Kill by Monkey Face? Like, which installments are you doing?
I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I get it because everybody has to have something weird, but like, come on, Square.
I know Square has a thing with making multiple branch outs and kind of progressing their story as best they can. I mean, look at Final Fantasy. They've done a great job with extending that story. It's some of it still ties into one another. Still has the same concept, just kind of revitalized a different way. But I'm trying to do the whole saga of Kingdom Hearts. So we started with Kingdom Hearts 1. I just finished Rechain of Memories not too long ago. I'm doing the B side of it now. I started Kingdom Hearts 2 last weekend, so it's kind of like a slow progress, but I'm looking forward to it. I haven't finished Kingdom Hearts 3. I stopped probably about a third of the way, but this is kind of pushing me to get that done, and I want to go ahead and finish it. A lot of people are talking about the new DLC on it, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I have, of course, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is like my Saturday playlist that I try to do usually two big chunks of it. I'm usually streaming for like 12 hours, so I try to do as much as I can within that 12-hour span, and it pays off sometimes. Other times I'm just running around doing side quests.
Clearing the dots off the map. It's all about clearing the dots off the map. Yep. Very, very cool. And Anthony, what's been on your playlist, Stadia or otherwise?
Yep. I wanted to say this, Avery. Every time I hear you make fun of Kingdom Hearts, I always think they could be Capcom with Street Fighter. There's like Street Fighter 3 Cross X, and it's literally the same game with like 2 characters or a different mode, and people buy it over and over. I'm like, you just bought that whole game. But I always think of that when you're making fun of it. I've still been playing Immortal Phoenix Rising, but I've been like, that's like my steady game. I'm not that good at it. I keep saying to Blue Bob,
There's a game you're not the best in the world at? How is that even possible, Anthony?
I'm not. So I just wanted to get through. Right now, I don't want to play anything that's like really intense. I just want to have fun, kind of like Link was saying. He just jump on. So, but Immortal Phoenix Rising, like you kind of got to pay attention a little bit, and then you kind of don't. So, but I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't know what to do next. Like, I'm standing right here, but nothing's happening. So I was going to reach out to Blue Bobs or Scarlet to kind of help me out. But Scarlett's been pretty busy. I mentioned it to her before, and she's like, oh yeah. So, so I've been playing that. And then, guys, my game is Marvel Avengers. And because the new DLC is coming out on March 18th, I'm trying to finish Kate Bishop's story right now. So I'm like, okay, every time I stream, I do a Stadia Avengers stream, I say, okay, I'm going to do a little more bit of Kate. And then the last but not least, and I've been playing other games in between, but these are like the 3 main games. But Little Nightmares 2, guys, you have to play this cute little terrifying game. I just started the beginning. So my wife and I, we play certain games together, and we do a stream called My Wife and I Plays Whatever It Is, right? So we played through the whole Last of Us Part 1, Part 2. We was doing Resident Evil, the remake of the first one. She doesn't really like it. But Little Nightmares, we beat the first one, and this one, just from the first we might be on the second act or whatever, but it's better than the first one. Like the little extra stuff they added, I was let down because I always thought it was going to be co-op, and then you come to find out, no, that other character you can't control. But it's really, really, really good. So if you guys got Pro, you got to give Little Nightmares 2 a chance. It's awesome.
I literally haven't even claimed it. That's like how much I haven't even touched.
Yeah.
I have not booted Stadia up.
Don't be strong, okay?
There is not a
Shun the non-claimer.
Don't tell Scarlett. Don't tell Scarlett.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
She's probably secretly lurking.
Now, here's the cool thing. Do you realize that game came out free for Stadia, and everywhere else, everybody had to pay for it? Yeah, if you have Pro, that's special. Day one, Stadia Pro. There you go. Where everybody else had to pay for it.
There you go.
Claim the game, Avery. Claim it.
People
I'll go do it right now, okay, people?
Right now.
Bought the PlayStation or the Xbox version because they didn't know the Stadia version was even coming, let alone to be free. So
I did see some Xbox people be like, "Why is this not on Game Pass?" Which I thought quite amusing.
What you mean? I have to buy the same game twice somewhere? Cyberpunk 77's on sale for $6 whole off. That's pointless. Anyways, let's see. Okay, where is it? New releases. Little Nightmares.
Game,
okay, here we go. I'm doing it. Leave me alone. Claim. There. Are you happy? Are you happy? A game I will never play because I don't do spooky games.
It's not that spooky. I think it's more of
I played the first
jump
one.
scares.
Yeah, I played the first one and it was fine. I apparently didn't claim Crata Premium Edition either. I don't know why there's something.
Who are you
Crata
today?
I don't play. What is Stadia and who are you? What is this show we're doing?
This guy, man.
Anyways,
Dan, I told you we need to remove him. What are you waiting for?
I'm kidding. I'm back. Oh, I moved. Okay. That's weird.
I'm in
Why
the
would it
middle.
just put me on the wrong side? Dadgummit, StreamYard, be not you.
See, guys, we
anyways,
have fun here on Stadia Source. We have fun.
we do. We're your number one source for Stadia news and woohoos. Right. We'll say hi.
That was good. I like that one.
Yes. Oh man, I just got. That was a hard face palm on Dom. That was like double and the move. That was.
Why do you hate fun?
Exactly.
It's a British thing. It's just
painful.
like we don't like it to be too sunny. We just like it to be just neutral.
Just overcast. Overcast.
Oh man, good time.
We'll cast our gaze over the chat and say hi to people. Hey, did you like that one? We'll say hi to some folks here outside Stadia. Are you not inside Stadia? You're outside Stadia? Does that mean you don't play Stadia? I don't know, but we'll say hi to you. Eli Levy, hello Stadia Source. We'll see you there. Megatron giving us the shifty eyes. What is up, Megatron? She got some roundtable hype. Link hype. We agree. We have Link hype here too as well. Solar Conk 1. Thank you for being a part of the Meg Raid. We appreciate it. We got Mamatron in the house. Love Mamatron. Seeing you there in lead, saying hi, folks. Kevin Webb from the news team here at Stadia Source. Jamie Lee Williams. Eli attempting an eyeglasses emoji. I don't think that really landed, Eli, but we appreciate it. Kumna, Dave, and a whole bunch of other folks. We appreciate all of you hanging out with us tonight here on StadiaSource.com and number source map. So let's take a look at the news of the week. And I think probably the biggest news of the week came last Friday. They always do it one day after our show. So the only thing we can talk about is freaking Terraria, right? We got news of 9 new games confirmed for Stadia and the promise of 100 more. So clearly Stadia, I don't know if somebody was sitting there going, get whoever's got a contract signed, make a list. We got to put a post out because they clearly wanted to let us all know. So in that list, we got, and I quote, no, I don't, because it doesn't automatically add anymore. Thank you, StreamYard. So we got Shantae, Half Genie Hero, and Shantae Risky's Revenge. I actually played Half Genie Hero on Twitch, and it's quite fun. It's a little like Monster Boyish platformerish kind of thing. It came from Space and Atar Brains, which we talked about last week. FIFA 21, which we already kind of knew about. Kaze and the Wild Masks, which is one of the, I believe that's one of the Stadia Makers games that we found out about. Judgment, we've known about for a little while. Killer Queen Black was one of the Peggy ratings. Street Power Football, we've known about as well. Hellpoint was one that we had not yet heard of. a challenging, dark and challenging action RPG set in a heavily atmospheric sci-fi universe. And then they also let us know.
Wasn't Hellpoint the only one that didn't have a release date?
There was a couple of them that didn't. Hellpoint was marked as coming soon. Street Power Football was marked as coming soon. Killer Queen Black coming soon.
Right, I'm talking rubbish.
That welcome to you. So lots of but other than that, Shantae, both of the Shantae games hitting us next week. It came from space shortly thereafter. FIFA, Kaze, Judgment. So lots of games, and they let us know. Everybody was kind of clamoring for, tell us what's gonna happen. So they let us know that there is more than 100 games that will be added to the Stadia store for our players in 2021. So initial thoughts from folks on any of these particular titles. Obviously we've all known about some of them, but anything in here that's just, oh my god, yay!
FIFA.
You've been waiting on
I
that
think
one.
I think the biggest, especially for the UK Europe side, I think FIFA has been one of the biggest things that a lot of people have talked about. I know a few people on the state side, like Chase, is looking forward to it.
I just hope that, as many people have said, that it's just the groundwork for FIFA 22 day and date.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I feel like you guys should have that.
I don't mind buying FIFA 21 now if I'm going to get FIFA 22 in October, whenever it releases.
Yeah,
on the same
it's
time.
Just the same game with more players in it, right?
That, but also
EA
have been leaning towards crossplay. Like they were hinting for this game, but they didn't actually put it in. So fingers crossed they actually put it into 22, which would be incredible because then, crossplay is good.
Definitely.
Other than that, I might try Judgment, but it depends on the price.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Kaze, although I do pronounce it K's. I don't know why. German cheese, but K's.
Related to Waze, the traffic.
I got one too.
The maps device.
No, just because it's quite. It looks quite similar to like Sonic the Hedgehog, and everybody knows how much of a Sonic nerd I am. So,
no.
I'm hoping it is. It might at least just quench my thirst until Sonic Mania comes out on Stadia, which it will. I'm still.
It's coming, man. It's coming. Queen Killer
Black
Black looked kind of cool from the
Killer Queen. I've seen it in arcades. So like when you go to the arcade, it is a massive thing. Sometimes you're side by side, but sometimes it's literally like two cases back to back that are connected. And so like one team is on one side of the arcade cabinet and the other team's on the other side, like duking it out. And it's a 4-on-4 arcadey, almost like joust in a lot of senses. And it's like, it's one of those games where it, depending on your barcade of choice, there's never not people playing it. Yeah. Do they have barcades in the UK? Is that a thing you guys do? Barcades. Yeah. So it's like an arcade bar. It's like, it's a bar, but there's also, I guess it'd be a pubcade.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it'd be like a pub for you guys. There's plenty of different styles here. For instance, I've been to one that's very heavy centric on just the alcohol and food, and then have like a Switch or PlayStation that they can play on a big screen. I've seen ones where you can actually rent out stations and sit with parties and kind of just play games for like hours. It's like on a time price. And then I've seen other ones that are strictly just old school arcades where they have a simple bar of, here's our beer selection, here's our alcohol, whatever you choose to do.
Yeah, they do have a Chinese restaurant over here that you can play the PlayStation 3 on, but they've not upgraded yet.
They have like gaming cafes and stuff.
Okay.
And like you get.
I think
go on.
No, I was gonna say what Avery is talking about more like is the last thing Link said. Like in Philly, there's a place called a barcade, and literally it's a bar. Like what you would think of a bar, a lot of people drinking, but it's equally an arcade. So it's like, it's a cool concept if you drink and play video games. It's like literally the old school, like cabinets, just, a bunch of them, all the old school stuff. And then people just walk around with cups of alcohol, and it's,
Yeah, there's a couple in Minneapolis. We went for that's where I proposed to my wife, actually. And they had one called Up Down, and then they had another one called Tilt, and it was a pinball bar. So it was like they had like 30 pinball tables, And then one wall of the thing was a bar and pizza and like bar snacks and stuff, and everything was set to 25 cents. It was great. I was very happy that day at that place. I will play pinball all day, every day. It's bad.
Just Google it. There's about 5 barcades in London, so they do
There you
exist.
go.
Yeah. So now when the world is not terrible, that's what we'll do. Barcade meetup, London. We're
Just
gonna
do
make
the
this
pod
happen.
from a different
2022.
barcade. That'd be cool.
Yes.
There you go.
Pod
Well,
Podcade.
listen, when they get when Watchdog Legions have multiplayer, we could probably meet up at one of the pubcades or barcades. You know,
in the thing. Another
in the
game that's
virtual
in my
world, yeah.
purchased library that I haven't even touched yet. Anybody else have any thoughts? So obviously we talked about the new games, but I think the more important announcement here is 100 games are targeted for this year. Last year they said 120. This year they said 100, but they've already released.
But
or
they said
10?
100 this year, right? So does that surely include the games
more
that
than?
But that includes the games that have released since January the 1st.
Yeah, presumably. Yeah, it's more.
Yeah,
Well,
you would think.
let's get the specifics. These games represent just a sampling of the more than 100 games that will be added to the Stadia store for our players in 2021. So
So
maybe.
But that could also be 101 to 199.
Yeah, it's 101 to infinity. That's how more than. Yeah, but at least we've heard something. That's the thing that we've been missing for a while. Is the last time we got numbers was literally last year at this time. So maybe from now on we're only ever gonna get a February, March generic ballpark, and that's just what we kind of have to deal with.
I mean, we've heard rumors that some games can take like 8 months or something to be ported, like existing games. So there's nothing saying that some of the games that we will get on Stadia probably towards the end of the year, like the contracts haven't even been signed yet. So there's still time.
It could be more. It could be 300 games. We don't know. We know that they have 400 games in contracting,
They would,
100 of those are coming out this month.
So they were tracking
Wait.
400 games or something, wasn't it?
breaking news. You guys didn't see the new Call of Duty trailer? They were showing the new add-on. At the bottom, it said Stadia. You guys didn't see that?
Are you 100% certain on that?
No,
Can
I'm
you
just
link
playing.
that? Oh.
I'm just playing.
Why?
I was waiting for it. I'm like, oh, there it goes.
I thought for sure you got.
I muted him. Fine. Anyways, you're back. Yeah, no, you were gonna like get us in trouble. Suddenly 80 people just flooding into the thing. What, Call of Duty? Huh? And then,
Yeah.
But Stadia,
I'm not gonna lie though, it did look pretty cool. I'm not a Call of Duty guy. Here's the funny thing. Can I just say this real quick? People want Fortnite, all these games we name. I don't even play none of them anyway, but it will be cool because other people do. But it did look cool. I was watching the new update. I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Got the zombies and blah blah blah. But no Stadia was in it. But.
yeah. Everybody wants the game they want. So that's
Right.
Yeah.
Anywho, so yeah, good thing. 100 games coming. Could be more. Could be less. We don't know yet. We do know there's only ever been one publicly canceled contract for Stadia.
Right.
So that's my marker, my marker of Stadia health. Don't look at the editorial I posted this week if you don't want to know my true thoughts on the future Stadia. So, other news of the week is a thing I'm going to click on right here, Outriders. So, we are getting Outriders day and date, April 1st.
Sure.
What we are not getting is the demo. So, they posted today on Twitter this big, long thread about a demo for the game that will be available everywhere else, including GeForce Now, but not on Stadia at this time. They said at this time. Who knows what that really means. I don't think we'll get it either. It's between now and April 1st. There's only 6 weeks.
But then again, we get an exclusive feature that no other platform gets. So,
Yeah.
True. Outriders get
this-
Stream Connect.
There's a
That's
lot
true.
of give and take in that, and I had a conversation about this morning. I'd rather have the day and date than a demo because it at least lets me solidify that game is coming.
Yep.
If it was just a demo, it would have been like, okay, so do we get it the same date? Is it going to be pushed back still? Because they still have the opportunity to push it if there wasn't there. So I'll take that solidified date over anything. Plus the
It's-
feature that we get.
what I was looking at was comparing the day and date. No, sorry. What I was looking at is the demo versus Stream Connect. I look at it that way. Like, for me, I don't need a demo if I guarantee that I'm going to have it and have a feature, right? So I rather know that I have the game and a feature versus like not have, a demo. Like it's, a demo would be cool, but a demo you can't keep forever. It's going to eventually just be a week or whatever and it's gone. But Stream Connect we're going to have for the entirety of the game, so it means more.
I wonder how Stream Connect's going to work with crossplay. I assume it's going to be like Division 2, where it only works with other Stadia players.
Right.
Correct. That's the only way I would see it. I haven't seen it used anywhere else. I think that's just a specific feature for Google. But yeah, it would probably be the same idea. The window would pop up if it's a Stadia user. But outside of that,
like, fantastic that it's full crossplay with literally every platform that's releasing on, which is incredible. Which
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
other than Power Rangers is the only game on Stadia that will be full crossplay.
That will be or that is.
It'll be the second because Power Rangers, I think, is the only one that is.
Yeah, and Power Rangers, man.
Correct.
Power Rangers is smooth. Like you just invite somebody from PlayStation or wherever, and bam, they pop in like you just think everything was together.
Yep.
Real smooth.
Destiny's getting it soon, apparently, isn't it? Or at some
They've been saying that for a while.
Destiny is aiming for this year, so they announced it last year that their focus this year was
tomorrow. It could be December 31st.
Will their crossplay be again full crossplay, or is it going to be like?
Yeah, they want to put it through each ecosystem to be one complete ecosystem together. So they want to be able to have PC, Xbox, all the consoles along with Stadia, and all be on one specific platform.
Do you think they'll have filtering? Because obviously, people will then say that PvP PC players have an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bickering about that right now. They're trying to change a lot of the things, like for controller.
Oh, Dead by Daylight.
So,
yes. About that.
Is Dead by Daylight crossplay on consoles as well, or just PC?
Everything.
Yeah.
So Steam, Windows Store, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch.
Yeah.
So Adam, you weren't so
son of a gun, Adam.
And how did
we need Adam on the panel.
Yes. ESO, however, is PC crossplay only. So
correct.
Not that
one.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Is Adam someone you know and also hate? Like, why is everyone on my podcast so antagonistic to everyone in my audience? This is not how you grow your audience, people.
This is exactly how you grow your audience.
Anthony, this is how you grow beef, which you should know as a cattle rancher. But anyways, the other thing to point out on the Stream Connect is this is Square Enix. So this is a new studio picking up Stadia exclusive features, which means they are investing in the platform. There's something that I think is worth pointing out in all that. Yes, you can just port your game over, and plenty of people have done that. But to then invest in building a Stadia enhanced feature into your game means you're investing in Stadia, because you could have they could have just ported it. I mean, whatever, port it, crossplay, great, we're done. But they're like, you know what would be really cool? Let's hook in this other API. Let's do that. Same with like Dead by Daylight. They could have just brought the game over, but they also brought in crowd choice, crowd play.
Yep.
So, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a positive. It's a positive thing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
that. Question in the chat for Dan. Stadia source, how many weekly visitors do we have on our site? I'll tell you right now. He's looking it up, but I'll tell you right now, just about a week or two ago, we crossed 3 million visitors on StadiaSource.com. 3 million in under 2 years. I think this is Dan, under 2 years.
Don't get me wrong. If you go away and come back like the next day, that counts as 2 people. So it's not 3 million.
3 million views.
I heard Avery stayed up all night and was just going in and out.
I have a clicker that just hits refresh over and over again all night long. So there you go. Well, Eli, there you go. Divide that by 365. divided by 3. No, 7, whatever. So other bits of news, we had the second panel from hell from the Baldur's Gate 3 Larian Studios developers, in which they revealed the Druid class. They rolled out some enhancements to cinematics, upgrades to the UI, clickable portraits, changes of that nature. So lots of edits and updates there. I'll be perfectly honest, I haven't loaded Baldur's Gate 3 in since the week it came out. It's a cool game. I really like it, but there was another game the following week, and then another game the week after that. Has anybody else been back into Baldur's Gate or going to jump in and try the Druid thing?
I will jump in again once this patch drops.
Are you a big fan of Wild Shape? Is it your favorite spell in all of
No,
D&D?
but Baldur's Gate 2 was probably one of my favorite games of all time. I have millions of hours with my brother when I was a kid playing that on LAN. We absolutely loved that game. And I love Larian for Original Sin 2. Again, hundreds of hours on that on Steam. And yeah, I really enjoyed the Baldur's Gate, the early access so far. It'd be cool to try a new class and stuff. I don't want to overplay it because I don't want to exhaust it all before it's do you know what I mean? I'm putting a fair amount of time into it, but I don't want to explore every single avenue now, so that when it's finally released, I would have done all of that. But I mean, this is only Act 1, so the amount of content is crazy.
Yeah, as I understand it, none of the patches have added new quests, new story, anything of that nature.
I think the Druid will add maybe not new story, but more different paths you can take. Especially because, spoiler, you go into a Druid grove in Act 1. And so you'll be able to interact more with them because you're actually a druid yourself. So blah blah blah. But yeah, the game is incredible, and I think when it releases, it's going to be a highlight of this. This is going to be game of the year kind of thing.
I'm this close, man, to buying it. I said to my wife earlier, I said maybe this could be an early birthday gift. I just asked Avery earlier. I was like, dude, what do you think about it? I asked everybody who's played it, and main reason is I think that crowd choice is a really cool feature, and I feel like they haven't really done a great job with the games that I played. So I'm wondering if you guys could help me. Dom, I'm not sure how much you used it, but as a streamer, I would love to play a game that allows the audience to really mess around with the game. And what I've heard was in this game, you may want to play it again because the people could mess your game up so much that you will say, I would have never chose that. I was telling my wife that earlier. And I'm this close on pulling the trigger. That's why I asked you the other day, Avery, did it ever go on sale? But
for instance,
you guys...
when they were showing it off in I think the first panel from Hell, Sven, who's the head of the studio, was like, hey, I'm going to show you a scenario. And he was like, they didn't have crowd play or anything in it at the time, but crowd choice, sorry. But they were they just said put numbers in the chat, and they went on looks or whatever. And he was like, you need to choose this option. It's really cool. It's really cool. And the chat was just like, no. And they chose the most antagonizing option. And it just changes how you want to play the game, right? As a streamer, because you might be like, oh, I want to praise this guy because I might want him to be my friend, and then your audience decides that you want to stab him in the neck. It can just spiral massively out of control.
It just sounds like it's probably one of the most engaging. I'm just talking about Stadia right now. What I'm saying is, out of the Stadia games that have crowd choice, and I never played it, and that's what I'm asking. Kind of, you guys can maybe help make my decision, and I'll buy it right now.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do. We're gonna do crowd choice on this for Anthony. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so chat. If Anthony should buy Baldur's Gate, type the word buy, B-U-I, in the chat, and stream it. If Anthony
I'll do one better. If you guys say that I should get it, I will buy it and stream it at 7:00 p.m. Eastern today when it's supposed to be my stream. And that's less than an hour. I will stream it today.
There you go. So buy in the chat, or if you think you should skip it, put skip in the chat. We'll take a look in there. So buy or skip. There's your crowd choice. We'll check back on that in just a little bit. Link, did you ever give BG3 a try?
Oh yeah, I did. I love Baldur's Gate. But like yourself, I just had so many games coming out. Me being the variety streamer I am, I try to dip my toes in everything that I can. But I loved everything about it. I love the narratives, the choices. I did do the crowd choice option with people before, and yeah, it can get spiraling. But I think that's the engagement that you should be looking for, is to know that your chat will take hold of everything going on, and expect the worst when it comes to it, because they will literally give you
Like,
the
how
worst.
much control are we talking about here? Like,
So
They
you
can
can choose not to click on the thing that they vote for, but they get to vote, and you'll see what the vote is.
Mhm.
So you could ignore them, but then that kind of defeats
Nope,
the purpose of the
I'm
stream.
picking
I'll tell you, I didn't
everything
like it. Like, I can't let somebody else pick the wrong choice. Like, I'm the person that my wife loves me. I swear she does. I'm the one that'll be like, well, honey, I mean, but if you take 85 instead of but if you do the, I mean, that's okay. But if you just turn right here, then it would be okay. I love you. Like, that's who I am. So I can't, in a situation where I have yes. So I can't like just right now. But other than that, those of you who are not watching the YouTube have no idea what's going on. So yeah, I couldn't do it. I played it, and I think I streamed it the night that it came out. We got a streamer key on it. But then I just couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, like, unlike like Outcasters, Baldur's Dead by Daylight, other like crowd choice, it's more engaging, right? Because it's a story, and you're actually like it's rather than you've got a wall ability for this match. Like, there's more
the choices
to it.
matter
Exactly.
as opposed to, oh no, I have to use jump this time. Like, who cares?
right.
No, not that Outcasters, we love you. Come on the show. But all right, so I think the verdict in the chat is overwhelmingly buy. In fact, buy and say Ray is my daddy. So that was one of the votes. So I think you'll have to take that one.
All I'm gonna say is, Ray,
apparently that's more than several people voted for that. That's horrifying.
Wow. Ray, you know what this means, or maybe you don't. I'll leave it at that.
That's terrible. I don't want to. Nobody knows. But your buddy, Mr. Urban World, says skip it. So
okay.
Saying. But everybody else said bye. So you're pretty much you're gonna. So there you go. Power Up Plus right after the show. Couple other bits of news. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, which you mentioned you play, I've been playing it too. I'm tired of it. I've said it before.
Say what you just say it. All right, don't be easy. Just say it, because a bunch of people told me this.
Boring. Like, at a certain point, it just gets so repetitive and so boring, and I just can't do it. And I don't know why. I don't know why Odyssey kept my attention better. I don't know if it's just a better story or whatever else, but like Valhalla, to me. Now, Link, you stream it every week, week in, week out. So I'm imagining you don't feel that way about this game, or if you do, you're certainly not telling the people you stream.
No, I mean, there's definitely scenarios where it gets a little tedious. I mean, that's kind of been the Assassin's Creed template in a sense. They tend to do these for whatever reason, and I know why. It's all these little side quests, little bits of lore that they want to add into it to kind of express how much they've put into the game. But yeah, there are times when it's just like, why do I have to go and look at this house and pick up like a note and do it for like 5 minutes and then I'm off to the next thing? It's so off the beaten path that it's probably not even necessary, but it gives you the opportunity to explore the area, kind of understand where everything is, and then continue with the story. My I don't want to call it schedule, but kind of like the way that I template everything when I do like new areas is explore everything as much as you can, get as much of the side questing that you can out of the way. That way, then you just kind of focus on all the main quest stuff until you get to the next area. Valhalla has been an interesting one. Like I said, I will say that there are tedious bits to it, but it still has enough of the lore that I'm so invested in to keep me going. I've followed the game since release of the very first one, and I'm still following it because it's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Odyssey. Odyssey was the first game I purchased on Stadia. No, it was the second game I bought. I bought Final Fantasy 15 first, but then it was this first game I played straight through, and I didn't even go into the. I got up to the DLC and I didn't even play it, so I need to do that at some point. Too many games.
You know why, Avery? Because Spartans are better than Vikings. I've been saying this. I told Lloyd from Stadia Cast, Nerd Nest, whatever they're called. I said Spartans are better than Vikings. You got palm trees and they got rain. Just saying.
There's a lot of rain.
Yeah, Avery, say it.
Anyways, reindeer are better than people. No, we're gonna get copyright strike. I can't do that. Well, if you are playing Valhalla and enjoying it, big update dropped is dropping or dropped with river raids, a new option to expand the what you doing yet. Have you given that a try yet, or has it dropped yet? You would think I would know that because it's our news site, but
I know the update was out there. I don't know if it was an official launch yet, though.
I think so. I think Eli did it earlier. I think he streamed that earlier. And
rolling out.
Night was,
so
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm like, I think it's slowly being pushed for consoles and PC. I think it's consoles first and then PC, or either one. I know it's like a section of them first, but yeah. If it's up by the time I stream on Saturday, then I'll most likely dip in it. Other than that,
95 Google said it was up 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And then yeah.
You'll take your young's Viking
They never
crew.
listen to me. They never listen to me. All right, I'm sorry.
Good reason.
Why would we? So yes, you enjoy, and it's too funny to read the patch notes. It's the River Raids mode is a part of the Yule season contract. It is free for all Assassin's Creed Valhalla players and accessible in game after downloading Title Update 1.1.2. Oh no!
You have to download. Oh, I'm sorry.
We feel so bad for you. So sorry. Last bit of headlining news here. A big one that we know, Anthony, you'll love. Hawkeye dropping in Avengers.
Can I just say,
for my birthday.
Who thought it was a good idea to do first Kate Bishop and then Hawkeye as the first two Avengers? Surely there are better people to pick.
You know, I wasn't gonna say it, but like, give
Kate
us
Bishop,
Doctor Strange,
what?
Black Panther. Like one of the Fantastic Four.
I'd never even heard of Kate Bishop until
exactly. Who's Kate Bishop? Sorry. Anyway,
well, I'm not a Marvel fan, but not that much.
I agree. Well, in some stories, she's his Hawkeye's daughter. In some stories, she is Hawkeye's like student. So in the Marvel movie, she was his daughter. So in in Endgame, she was his daughter. But either way, I agree with you, Don.
Are they similar? Like, do they both use a bow?
They both use a bow.
So why are they both being released at the same? Like,
so all I can say is this: without
get the most
spoiling
boring
it,
ones out of the way first.
maybe that, but without spoiling it, when you do her story, it's pretty cool. Okay, the coolest thing is this: it connects to him for the DLC, but forget both of them. Do you know who the villain is gonna be?
It's
Guys,
like
the villain
beard, isn't it?
Do you know who that is?
who?
Taskmaster.
Can't remember his name.
No, it's the Maestro. In the future, the Incredible Hulk becomes the bad guy and take over the world. He's going to be the Maestro. Is the villain. Guys, this is bigger than what you. The Maestro. They brought the Maestro as the villain. Incredible Hulk as a bad guy who took over the world in the future. Like, you're all sitting down. You should be standing up right now. That's how cool this is.
I just think they needed something significant, better than.
Give me
Hawkeye.
Doctor Strange or Scarlet Witch, and
Because-
I'll
as a character, I agree.
Dwindling numbers
I
on
agree.
Marvel. So
Yeah, I mean,
Just imagine,
I guess
like, they didn't have a great launch, right? It wasn't received brilliantly. But if they brought out like Doctor Strange, wow, that's cool. No, we've got Kate Bishop.
You know what'll really get people going? The worst Avengers.
Yeah.
The ones that nobody wanted to be in the movie either. So
Yeah,
we have this entire universe full of people with powers. Let's go with
to bring Wanda and Vision. That would have been a nice tie-in.
That's the tie-in. That's the tie-in right now.
That would have been great. But you got to think when they thought of it. Well, this is what I wonder, because they originally showed that Hawkeye was going to be. They said Hawkeye was supposed to be the first DLC back. He was supposed to come out in October. So whatever happened, what's weird is that they switched it and gave you Kate.
Psych, his Kate Bishop.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is Kate's story adds up to his. So it's like, wait, did you always have this? Was Kate going to be a stealth drop? I don't know.
We know you were desperately waiting on Hawkeye, but no, wait longer, you must.
We've got someone even more.
It's a palette swap.
Next is going to be Squirrel Girl. Enjoy.
Can I just say, I watched the first episode of WandaVision, and I was just like, I even put it on Twitter, like, what the hell did I just watch? Like, everybody's banging on about it, and I'm just like,
have you continued?
Have we watched? Yeah, I watched the second episode, and I was like, and then I watched the third, and it was like third to the sixth in one day because like. I'm hooked now, so I'm glad every single person on Twitter was just like, Dan, watch it. Like
I told my friend, I was like, this show is trash. And then I got to the fourth episode. He was like, you gotta give it a chance. I was like, dude, I'm sitting through Leave It to Beaver or something. So, but I sat through it, and then it gets really good.
We got three more episodes, and they're all at least 45 minutes long. So
I'm never doubting Twitter again when it comes to suggestions for things.
And then we take a week off, and then it's right into Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then we take a week off into that, and it's Black Widow. And then we take a week off into that, and it's Loki.
The last three episodes of WandaVision are all an hour long as well.
Yeah. So got to be we got some nice time on this. Thank you for tuning in to Marvel Source, your number one source for Marvel news and reviews. We, as part of the Source Network.
I hope you run that last piece of news as well. I know you're running out of time, but
announcements and ratings. Was this the last one? What did I miss?
Woof.
Hawkeyes. What woof? What have I? Oh, it's on the thing. Sorry, I didn't do a banner for it, so I'm like, what is the thing that y'all are referencing? So you guys, biggest news of the week. I'm doing a banner for it right now. Stall for time. And,
there you go.
So Ray is an ugly cyborg.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Paw Patrol is possibly coming to Stadia. You guys, Paw Patrol. Yay. Let's all pause for Paw Patrol. No. Yay.
That was great.
I don't have any kids, so
no.
No.
Can we get a dog related emoji in the chat for Paw Patrol if anybody cares? So yeah,
it's potentially 2 games as well because
there's 2 out of the more than 100 games coming to Stadia are going to be Paw Patrol.
But they don't have a date yet. But I saw somebody mention that it might be coming to Stadia, and I figured I'd ask them myself on Facebook, and they came back and said, yes, we're shooting for Stadia. Haven't got a release date yet, but hoping by the end of the year. So game of the year right there.
Paw Patrol is a first day buy. I mean,
I've seen a lot of people say, like, you know what I mean? I've got young kids, and this is just going to be... I've lost my Stadia because of this, but the joy of it is you don't have to buy another console. You just boot up on a different device. Yeah. So
do the family sharing, and you're good. Yeah. James Adams, Paw Patrol is possibly coming. I'm going to give you that one, James. I'm going to give you that one.
You got it.
I mean, all games, I was about to say something that would have been really inappropriate. So we're not going to do that. I'll post it in the private chat, and you guys can laugh. Every game is important. And there's always an audience. There's somebody that wants to play the games. Watching the Nintendo Direct yesterday with the DC superhero girl squad, I'm going to dress my hair up and then fight MODOK. Like, that was not interesting to me. But I have to imagine there's a ton of... I saw a lot of people tweeting, this game looks awesome. It looks super fun. I want to play that. So, hey, I'm not a Paw Patrol person, but if you're a Paw Patrol person, then...
Hey, Avery. Yeah. How are DC characters going to fight MODOK?
I don't know, and I don't care. Okay, it's a crossover event.
Marvel
on Infinite Earth. I'm aware. Hush. Anyways, all right. If you want to check out, anybody else have any thoughts on Paw Patrol? Let's move on.
I mean, personally, I think it's a good idea. It's great to kind of start now incorporating a lot of the kids or the younger kids to kind of enjoy it. Like you mentioned, you don't have to buy another console. It's literally dad buys it, similar to like Xbox. Dad buys it, able to be used on different devices. Kids can play it, all that stuff.
I mean, even like I don't like using this example, but like you're in a restaurant or whatever, and your kid's like kicking off. You just give them your phone and you can just play Paw Patrol with the touch controls. Like
100%. Yeah, it's super convenient, and I do like that Google's now trying to lean towards more the family friendly style of it.
Yep.
Like even little games like this, it definitely benefits in the long run for those that I think a lot of Stadia's community is derived of either dads or moms or somewhere along the lines of older. Older generation that just doesn't have the time to sit down and play games. It's convenient for us, but now also incorporating the fact that I can have my kid play the same time as me, or while I'm doing something else.
Just so you guys know, I have a granddaughter, and a year ago for Christmas, I took her to the Build-A-Bear. You guys know? You guys got Build-A-Bear in Europe?
I'm aware of Build-A-Bear, but how the heck do you have a granddaughter? You really moisturize, dude.
So I took my granddaughter to Build-A-Bear. You know what she picked? She picked Chase from Paw Patrol. I didn't even know who Chase was, but now I know Chase is on the case.
So
the
now
advocate Chase.
It's Potem USC fan. No,
I really hope, I hope Chase clips
but-
that and just puts that as his intro to his streams now.
Yeah, right? Not the gaming advocate, but Chase from Paw Patrol. But that's what she
There you
picked.
go. And now you can call him Grandpa Anthony, Ray.
No. She calls me G-Pop. All right. Ray got to meet her yesterday. I brought her on screen as we was doing our thing yesterday. And she said, I said, that's the bad man. She said, you're the bad man.
Wow.
He's extending beefs to young children.
That's right.
This is not okay.
That's right.
Well, you can check out all the latest beef at StadiaSource.com, your number one source for Stadia news and reviews. You know what? There's no crying in baseball, but there might be crying on our podcast, and that means it's time for the hot topic.
All right.
Sounds like I don't know if you never.
What
What in the heck is that, Dan?
So,
Those of you who are listening to the podcast,
It should have been a closed fist, though.
Yeah, it's from anybody? Anybody know
I
the
literally just made
reference?
that in like 10 seconds. So.
There's no
Dan.
crying in baseball. Nobody in the chat.
Nope.
Somebody knows where that
Yeah,
quote
no
is.
crying. Yeah,
Post
no crying in
Chat,
baseball.
and I'll
Yeah,
bring it up. I'll bring it up. Post the movie in the chat. All right, guys, we're gonna do something crazy and fun for today's episode. We are gonna do the Stadia Pro Draft. So here's how this is gonna work. Feel free, those of you who have other devices, pull up the games list of Stadia. Head to Wikipedia or wherever you might go.
StadiaSource.com/games.
StadiaSource.com/games is the place you want to go for this. Nobody in the chat got it. It's from A League of Their Own, you guys. It's a fantastic movie. Tom Hanks. Okay, moving on. Madonna's in it, if I'm remembering correctly. Or no, Lori Petty. Anyways, moving on. So the Stadia Pro Draft. Here's how this is going to work. We are going to go in our loop. We are going to draft games that we believe are going to be made free. We say it all the time. It's a $20 game that's going to go pro. So we're gonna draft them today, and we're gonna see if we can identify 15 games that are gonna go pro this year. So 15 games are going to go pro. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go one at a time. So I'm going to start with Anthony, and we'll go in reverse order. Go back to me. Then I'm going to get a second pick. We'll go back to Anthony.
Question.
It says yes.
Do they have to be released already?
They don't have to be released. They could be games that have been announced. If you think
What about ones we know are coming to pro?
Wasn't no, can't do that. No. So we're forecasting games we think are going to come to pro, and then I'm gonna write them all down. We're gonna tally those up, and then Link, you have a pre-invitation to be back on in January to see how well you did on that. And your first opportunity to be right is going to be this Tuesday, because we should hear about next week's or next month's pro games on Wednesday. So you can't pick ones we already know are going pro. I don't remember which ones are, if there are any that have been pre-announced for that, but can't pick those. So we're going to go to
about lawsuits.
No, we're not at all talking about that because it doesn't exist. It's not real, and get over it.
Never happened.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go around. Then we're gonna go
Yeah.
back. We're gonna go around again. So that's how we're gonna do it, back and forth. Everybody gets to pick 3. So pull up your games list now, and get ready to mention some games. And if it's a game that hasn't been released but we know it's coming, and you think it's just gonna go straight to pro, that's a valid one. All right. So it's the Stadia Pro draft. Folks in the chat, play along with us if there are any games
Good.
you are absolutely sure that are going to go pro. So I'm going to make a handy dandy little chart here in our show notes doc. I need, what do I need? I need 3 columns, things I should have done before the show. We're going to insert a table, and that table is going to be 6 wide and 3 deep. There we go. All right. So we're starting with Anthony, and then we're coming back to me. Back to Anthony, and we're gonna come back to me. So Anthony, give us your first pick, and nobody can't pick the same one twice. That's why we're doing this in a round robin. Okay. So Anthony, give us your thoughts for a game that is gonna go pro in 2021.
Okay, how much is that God's game? What is it called? A lot of people are playing right now.
Gods Will Fall.
What is it called?
Do we keep current prices on the website, Dan? View on Stadia store.
They're in pounds, yeah. If you go to the game and then go to I can't remember what the button's called now.
Well, we have view on Stadia, so that works.
You guys are learning something.
$24.99.
What is it called?
Gods Will Fall.
Yeah. Gods Will Fall will be a pro game in 2021.
All right, Gods Will Fall. Link, give us your first pro draft game for future. You have 10 months that it could be. So it could be 30 games. Who knows?
I'm actually gonna say probably the Unto the End.
Unto the End Stadia Makers game. Former interviewee subject on our website. All right, Unto the End. All right, Dom, give us your first round draft pack. Death Carnival. Go straight to pro. We know people.
I didn't say so. I didn't say straight to pro.
We're not straight to pro, but at some point in the year.
I think it'll be out in the next
launch on pro.
2 months.
Someone's been talking to Ice B.
Ice B, tell us if we're revealing anything you want. Dan, we're missing a thumbnail for Journey to the Savage Planet, just so you know. All right, Dan. Game that you think will go a pro at some point this year.
I'm going to say Piku Niku.
Piku Niku, reasonable pick. Kind of low bar there. Cheap game. I think it's $20 right now. Piku Niku. All right.
Wasn't even that much of that thing.
Niku. All right. I'm going to go in that same kind of vein. I'm going to say Tohu. Tohu, I think, it's a nice, cheap point and click adventure-y kind of game. So we're gonna go Tohu. All right. So since we're going back and forth, so then mine is the next pick. So I'm gonna say, looking at the list. I'm gonna say Reigns. I think Reigns is $3. $3. There's no way that game does not go pro.
I don't think it ever will. I don't think it's worth it for them.
I mean, could it even be worth it for them now? But anyways, all right. So
it's a great game, I think, honestly, for the price.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
I mean, $3, $4, whatever it is right now. So, all right, Daniel.
P-Hogs.
P-Hogs. Yeah, another Coat Sync game. Coat Sync tends to lean into the pro thing a little bit, get packed and so forth. So, all right, we'll give that one a go. Dom, give us your second round draft. How much someone have?
100 days.
Oh, the winemaking game. Days. All right, 100 days. All right, fantastic. Link, it's your second round draft pick.
Epistory.
Episcopal. All right, Epistory typing Chronicles. I'm not going to type all that out because why would I bother? All right, Anthony, your second round draft pick in the Stadia Pro.
He stole my game.
Rob Gronkowski
he's not a draft. All right, man, I just had it. It's the heck is this game called? I was just looking at it. Little Big Workshop.
Little Big, that you just took mine actually. Little Big Workshop. Yeah, I think LB Workshop. I will put that in this little chart here. All right, fantastic. So it is back to you then, Anthony, for your last and final third round draft pick.
Okay. I am going to go with.
That's some interesting suggestions in the chat.
Yes. That's a song type game. Hold up. What was it called?
One hand clapping.
No, the Lost Words Beyond the Page.
Oh, then when that one wasn't that already on Pro at one point? I mean, it could go back on Pro until it could, but yeah, because I own it, I wouldn't have bought it.
Oh, I don't. Fine. I never played. No, I never played that game ever. Let me see. I don't.
I love the chat basically saying, "Yeah, this is kind of the crap we're gonna get on Pro," and
it is kind of messed up, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Lost Words Beyond the Page. I don't. I gotta look in my thing because I claimed every game, but I don't think I ever played that game. But yeah.
All right, Lost Words. All right, Link. We're running out of titles here. What do you think?
Cronus Before the Ashes.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that. I got a review key for that. It was fine. More people playing, I'm sure it'd be fine. All right, Dom, we're down to you.
Going big. Dirt 5.
Dirt 5. That is going to be, that's a like $40, $50, $60 title, right?
To make up for coming late.
Outriders, day and date, and free. I mean, it is releasing on April 1st.
F1
so
2020 was $60 when it came out.
We have had some big titles, so I think everybody's kind of going safe with the smaller titles and the cheaper titles.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you want me to go for a long shot, I can change one of mine.
Final Fantasy 14. It's going to be released and it's going to be pro. No, all right, it's okay. Dan, your last draft pick here.
No, you see, I seen Eddie in the chat, and I know it's not even been announced for Stadia yet, but there's still time, and it was just announced for the Switch. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say we get Fall Guys, and it's going to be pro.
Wow.
That one.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. So,
I mean, well, because it was in PlayStation Pro, or Plus, whichever one it was in there. Everybody got on PlayStation, got it free if they were subscribed to the whatever.
Right.
So, possibility. I like that idea. I am going to make a safe pick because I think it's an obvious pick, and I don't know why they haven't done it already. I think it's gonna be Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle. There's no reason that game is not on Pro because now they're selling DLC packs. So like that's how that game is gonna make money, is to just go pro. And Bill said this a ton of times on Stadia Cast. I'm not asking anything new. So,
and on top of that, Avery, did you know I went to play it the other day and they got a cowboy hat? I was like, sweet Jesus. And it was $4.99. I was like, no. So bad I want to spend $5 because I love Pac-Man. I pretty much win every time I play. But how cool would it be to have a Pac-Man hat for $5? And I can't do it. But I want to. How do I not have a Pac-Man hat?
Chat, put buy in the chat if Anthony
buy or skip.
It's gonna be an expensive night for you.
I know, right? I'm already spending $60 tonight.
Oh my gosh! Let's take a look at some of the suggestions from the chat, and we here on the panel will give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down as to whether or not we think that's gonna make it on the
pro list permanently.
It's just everything. You weren't alone on Fogs there, Dave. One Redmond going a little bit much here, thinking it's gonna be GTA 5, Call of Duty, Witcher 3, or
Resident Evil. That's actually a great shout.
Wow.
The original remake?
The 7, not 8.
Yeah, it's 7.
Yeah.
Biohazard.
Do we think 7 could be a pro title if it launches?
That would be pretty cool, though, man. They were really like.
I think it'd be a great idea to do 7 as a pro title, and then like when 8 comes out, to be like, hey, you can try 7 if you like Resident Evil. Here's 8.
1, 2, and 3. The only Resident Evils that matter.
They're terrifying to me. Eli Levy with Cake Bash. Cake Bash is another one, and it's a party game, so it would benefit from a much broader player base. What do we think about Cake Bash here?
I would agree on that one. It's a lot of fun.
I give it a thumbs up.
It's the Mario Party of Stadia, if I may.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with that. I had a lot of fun on it. I got chased around by a bird and it kept pooping on me. So
that's actually my favorite one.
Travis McGuire says Hitman 3, round out the set. It might be one of those like November, December kind of things after they make a little bit of money off of it.
The Mario Golf game. Why not?
I don't think that's going to happen, really.
Why you didn't say Sonic, Dan?
Sonic Mania, and it goes pro. Dan just... Kaylee won't even be necessary.
I'll just rename the site Sonic Source, and we'll just play that all day.
Sonic Source. Dan, I can't surface chats from a private chat. Can anybody guess Cake Bash's all-time peak on Steam as in number of users? Do you want to share that figure with us, Dom?
It's not pretty. 35.
35.
What? 35.
That's an all-time peak.
At one time, at any one time playing,
At
or
any one time playing.
What?
Yeah, that needs to go pro. That one kind of is just gonna have to go pro. Eli with another good shout. Monopoly. That's another one. I mean, it's an Ubisoft. It's in the Ubisoft Plus, Ubisoft Plus set. But it's like $20. It's on sale half the time. So
yeah.
I think it's a good shout there. Of course, Eddie
where's Ubisoft Plus for the rest of the world as well? Sorry, randomly.
You don't get that. You don't get Luna. Suffer. Suffer like G did. Anybody? Game reference from House of the Dead 2. Okay.
Windjammers games. Where is Windjammers as well? Sorry, I'm in a ranty mood this evening. Windjammers was like one of the first games on Stadia, and it's not here.
It was in like April Connect, wasn't it?
No, it was like one of the first games we ever saw. Yep. Like in one of the first videos of games.
November Connect, maybe.
And I'm sorry, that game's not going to take a long time to port. Surely.
Yeah. Is it released on other platforms already?
I haven't.
Not out at all.
I'm actually going to check.
There's the kicker in the key. If it's never been released at all, then
no, it's still not been released.
There you go. So
at least we're not getting singled out.
Refused. I don't know. Fallen Legion Revenants. I don't know that game. Is anybody familiar with this game? And we don't have it, so I don't know why. I mean, who knows? It might be. Kessel Runner Windbound. Windbound. I could definitely see that going pro. It's one of those $30 titles as well. And then a bunch of people in the chat are saying that you need to buy that cowboy hat. So.
Listen, guys, you need to donate to Stadia Source. All right, the money's not going to come to me, but if you guys donate to Stadia Source, let me see if somebody donate $5.
There's a $5 super chat right now.
$5 super chat. I am buying the cowboy hat and Pac-Man.
Don't spend your money on him. Don't do that. It's terrible.
No, not on me. I'm just saying, give it to Stadia Source, and if you donate to Stadia Source, I'll take my own money and buy the cowboy hat.
Then I don't know where the math.
Well, I'm just donating a Stadia Source, man.
It's just being a kind-hearted person.
Yeah.
Lukey 6 Hotline Miami 2. Chibeze saying Kaze goes pro. Ray again with games we don't have. Guilty Gear Strive, Little Devil Inside, Blood Bowl. You're just naming. You just went to the $20 on Steam.
He's just taking words from other games and putting them together and making new ones. Like
he's just
Guilty Gear is a game.
Right. These are games. Roller Champions kind of looked pretty kick-ass, I gotta say. Saw the trailer for that one yesterday too. So
Guilty Gear is pretty good though.
And I'll still beat you at that one.
I don't know about that.
Lake starting the beef this time. You didn't even have a chance.
Man.
Start the beef.
There's no beef. I always end it.
I think I won the last one in Power Rangers, if I could recall.
If you want to do the gauntlet, you're still under by 3 wins. So we're good.
What?
We're good, man.
Writing it down?
I keep tabs on people.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you know what they say in wrestling? Oh, Avery, I got it right. what they say in wrestling is you're only as good as your last win. So, mic drop, buddy.
I mean,
You're a
that's the
loser.
only win,
I'm a
so
winner.
it's all good.
All right, you mic dropped, so I had to mute because you don't have a mic anymore because you dropped it. And there's Travis with the $4.99 super chat saying you got to buy that hat. So
Buying a hat.
he's buying the. He's
Spending
giving
$65
a
today.
couple of bucks. For Konami. Yeah, Pac-Man is Konami, right? Am I wrong? Capcom, Konami.
No, it's Konami. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I know their social media guy. I could probably reach out and be like, "Hey, can we get a code for the hat?" But I'm not going to do that.
Batman's Namco Bandai, isn't it?
Namco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Namco
I was
Bandai.
like-
I don't know.
I should have known.
Their social media guy, so can't help you there. Well, you can get involved in the Stadia Pro draft if you think you know a game that's coming to Stadia Pro. I want you to tweet it at us at Stadia Source. Tweet us a game that you believe is going to go to Pro this year. And we will retweet some of the best options and suggestions that we think. That
And if you're right, we'll bite you.
will bite you, I don't want to bite anybody.
No. The irony is
Gonna,
that
like-
it'll be free anyway, so
We're gonna buy them.
no, buy the game for the winner.
Is that a UK
Oh.
bite at you? Is that a UK thing, or is that just Dan being Dan?
Purchase it for you.
Well, I got that, but anyways,
It's like, hey, we don't say things like buy you around here, okay? Just saying. Unless it has to do it, raise. Oh, no.
I feel like Dom now and just kind of like want to.
yeah. On that note, bring it on a hot topic. StadiaStars.com. Link, so good to have you on the show tonight. If people want to find you on the interwebs, see the awesome streamy thingies that you are doing, where can they go?
But you can find me on YouTube at, of course, YouTube handle / LinkTV. And I believe it's _Stadia at the end of that. And then same thing for the Twitter handle. You can find me on Twitter, LinkTV _Stadia.
_Stadia. Fantastic. Well, Link, we appreciate you being on. It only took 9 months. So,
Yeah,
you know,
only 9 months.
9 months. It's fine. We'll have you on again in. Oh no, wait, you're coming back next January, so we'll have you on again next January.
Don't feel bad, Avery. He dodged the bash too. You know?
The beef, the bash, the bad cowboy. I'm making a hype almost. All right. You can check out the Stream Team Dream Team streaming all week long right here on Stadia Source, including Charm City's The Game Show last Sunday of the month. It's coming up pretty soon. I gotta write some trivia questions. Scarlet's Ready Gamer 1, All Purpose Champs, Power Up Plus, playing Baldur's Gate 3
Baldur's
with
Gate.
Voice tonight. F Tito's Dad Time Gaming, Bruiser Bruises, Stadia Domination, and Dawn by Daylight in his new regular slot starting this Sunday, taking over the community playground. That's, you know, I had to vacate the playground so that the killers could move in
Rest in
and enjoy.
peace.
So, and he's muted, so he can't even make witty comments about it. Ha ha! Blue Bob
I will be doing Dawn by Daylight this Sunday. Thank you.
But no. It's something else. Stadia Domination. Who knows? The hotspot with Egypt Mix and Blue Bob's the break-even point. If you've been here in the chat, why? But we do appreciate you hanging out with us and hope that we didn't just make your brain hurt tonight. We really do appreciate you. I also want to say a big old thank you to I Had It Up! Finally! All of our supporters, including Jack the Slip and Stadia Streamer here in the Crystal Tier, all of our Platinum Tier folks, including LinkTV, one of our Platinum members right there, and Jack the Slip, the Gaming Advocate, yours truly, Gold Tier. I'm actually going to say him tonight, everybody, most of them. Dragon Owl, Rock, Kai, Scarlet Stream, Dan, supporting his own site, Sammy, Dom, Joan, Adam, Blue Bobs, Consigno, Dave, Meg, Michael, Kumna, Stadia Vet, Ruben, Kaif, and all the folks in the Bronze Tier, including Dom Schmidt Test. If you want to get
Thank
me
you
to
for
say your
highlighting
name
that.
out loud, just hit the upgrade button and go to silver or above. And the folks that bought us a coffee and all of our past patrons, we appreciate you. Even if you were supporting us in the past, we appreciate you. You can become one of the people on that list by clicking the buy a coffee button or the Dan, for God's sake, make it the
I knew
YouTube
you was
button.
going to bring that up.
Jesus.
I
Okay.
always left it
That-
so you'd bring it up.
That is going to be a YouTube button by next week, or so help me, Bob. So help me, Bob. You can join that list by clicking the join button, and we appreciate all of you that do it. I will, before we get to all the crazy YouTubey things that everybody says at the end of the show, we'll say goodnight to the panel. Dan, thank you for being on your show tonight.
Thank you for having me on my show.
Dom, good to have you as always. And I muted him. I muted him because I'm evil. And I just wanted to tick him off one last time. Dom, and then he's walking off the show. Walking off the show.
All right, he's back. He's back. He's back.
Dom, you're unmuted, and I hope you have a great night.
It's been emotional.
Anthony, have a great evening as well.
It's been awesome, guys. It's been awesome.
And all of you who've been watching us, we appreciate you as well. If you're listening to this as an actual podcast, you missed a lot tonight. So you can check us out on YouTube most Thursday evenings right here live. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can also download the podcast at Spotify, Pocket Casts, and everywhere else you get podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Stadiasource. Like us on Facebook, join our class action lawsuit, and join our Discord at stadiasource.com/Discord. You can even wear Stadia Source when you are out and about by going to stadiasource.com/merch, such as our good friend Dan and his hat right there. Hosting for stadiasource.com generously provided by Rock, and second hat right there. You can find out more about the technical expertise provided by Rock at rokk.co.uk. If you haven't already, down below is a thumbs up button that lets us know you liked what you saw tonight. I'll be amazed if anybody bothers to click that tonight. And right next to the subscribe button, if you haven't already unclicked that, maybe consider clicking it. So to let you know every time we post a new video. You can also become a member of the Stadia Source channel right here on YouTube by clicking the join button down below with great perks at every level of your budget. For Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia Source. For Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia Source. That's it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us. Have a good night, everybody.